Jane has painted 4/5 of a room. She has used 3/7 gallons of paint. How much additional paint will she need to finish the job? I will solve this problem visually. So go ahead, try the problem on your own and pause the video right now. But my solution follows. So if you want to see my solution, it follows. What I have here is the question in smaller font right here. And let's say her room is represented by this rectangle. Okay, I cut the room. This is the room, not the paint, so you have to keep it straight. We'll get to the paint. This is the room, and she painted 4/5 of the room. She painted 4/5 of the room, so that's why I cut the room into 5 equal parts. I painted 4 of them, so this is 1/5 of the room. This is another 1/5 of the room. This is another 1/5 of the room. This is another 1/5 of the room. And this is the last 1/5. So this is 4/5 of the room. Now, we'll now transfer to 3/7 gallon of gas. Paint, not gas. So how do we handle this next fraction? She has used 3/7 gallons of paint. So we are being told this blue shaded region represents 3/7 of a gallon of paint. That tells me that I want to split the whole blue part, the entire blue part, into 3 equal parts. Now whenever I do that, I want to split my original whole as well. I'm going to tell you why that's a good choice. So I'm going to cut the blue part into 3 equal parts like this by the red horizontal lines. Okay, now this area in green, this area in green is 3/7 of a gallon of paint. 3/7 of a gallon of paint, because that's what she used to paint 4/5 of our house. If this is 3/7, this has to be, again, I'm only talking about the blue shading, the area inside the green rectangle, and this has to be, if this whole thing is 3/7, this has to be 1/7, 1/7, 1/7. Okay, now so we are being told this much paint is 1/7 of a gallon. So one square has to be 1/4 of a 7. So this has to be 1/4 of a 7th of a gallon. Now we're going to pause here and kind of try to make sure we get it. 1/4 of 1/7 of a gallon. Why is this so? Because if this whole strip or string of 4 squares represent 1/7 of a gallon, one of those squares will represent 1/4 of that, which turns out to be 1/28 of a gallon. Now, the question wants us to find how much additional paint will she need to finish the job? Okay, by additional we mean how much paint would she need to paint the parts that are white in her room. She will need to paint this square, and this square. Now we concluded that 1 square takes 1/28 gallons of paint. So 3 squares will need 3 times that, and I'm going to do it in red. 3 times 1/28 gallon of paint. And that turns out to be 3 times 1/28 is 3 times 1, which is 3 divided by 28 gallons of paint. So she will need 3/28 gallons of paint to finish her job. This is the additional amount of paint that she will need. So my answer is 3/28 gallons.